When it comes to losing weight and getting healthy, there are a ton of opinions out there about the best way to do that. You've got people who promote a ketogenic diet, whole food plant-based diet, vegan diet, low-carb diet, carnivore diet, South Beach diet, Atkins diet, flexitarian diet, Mediterranean diet, and probably a lot more whose names I can't even remember. And the opinions that are promoted by these different diet plans are directly opposed to one another in many cases. And it can be really confusing if you're someone like me who isn't a dietitian or a health coach and is in a situation where you need to get healthy. And so you go out there and you begin to research all of these things. And sometimes the level of disagreement and animosity between these various groups can be a little disheartening and certainly really confusing. But I began to ask myself some questions like, what do they all agree on? Because if all of these people who disagree on so many things actually have a few things that they agree on, those are some things that we might want to pay attention to. And I talked about some of those in my Week 9 update. One of those is that you get enough hydration. Another is that you get enough fiber, include fiber in your diet. Omega-3 fatty acids are important to all of those different diet plans. And they all agree on doing things to manage your stress and get enough sleep and to be mindful about when, why, and what you're eating. So all of those things are good and appropriate. But as I was going through the list of all these things that they actually agree on, I actually left out one of the most important and one of the most obvious things that they agree on. Really, there were two. One of them is that you should avoid, reduce, or at the very most moderate the amount of refined sugar that you have in your diet. Whether you're on a keto diet or a whole food plant-based diet or a low-carb diet or any of these other diets, all of them agree that refined and processed sugar and highly processed foods are bad for you. And they all agree that they're bad for you for a number of reasons. Number one, the caloric density in these foods is off the charts. Sugar, especially sugary drinks and energy drinks and things like that, contribute to a lot of empty calories, and they can lead to weight gain and obesity. And in many of our lives, that's exactly how we got where we are. They also increase the risk of certain diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. So again, in addition to hydration and fiber and omega-3 fatty acids and getting enough sleep and moving and managing your stress and being mindful of the foods that you're eating, when, why, and what you're eating, in addition to those things, all of these different diet plans agree that refined sugars and heavily processed foods are bad for you. And so when you're on one of these diets and you make sure that you're drinking enough water and you make sure that you're getting enough fiber and that you make sure that you're getting your fatty acids and you're getting enough sleep and you're managing your stress and you're being mindful about your food and you're eliminating refined sugars and heavily processed foods from your diet, then maybe that's why people are losing weight in all of these different areas. That people who are on a carnivore diet or on a low-carb diet or on a whole foods plant-based diet, maybe one of the reasons that we see anecdotal evidence that all of these diets work isn't because of their differences, but because of what they have in common.